Okay, we are live. Hello and welcome. I am Ronnke, your GM, and in the stream today we have Rigel Kent, Geigerman, and a new player, Pendragon. Today we are playing a Traveller campaign set in the Third Imperium era. We are using the very awesome GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games, and our VTT of choice is Fantasy Grounds. You can find this and past sessions on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. Links are in the video description. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe to this video and our Twitch and YouTube channels. All right. Do we have any character business?
Oh, right.
Geigerman, do you have any character business for Dean?
I had character business. So one thing, and I meant to actually do this on the character. I have honesty at 9 or less. I'm actually changing that to 10, which costs 2 points. Or
10. Is there an option to go to 10?
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going to intermediate steps. So, and I've done that before.
How does that work?
You just figure out what the percentage change is there, and you use that.
Fair enough.
So the idea here was he just did an illegal thing, and as time goes on and he keeps doing illegal things, he will get more and more resistant to the urge to not do that.
I'm going to break you of those habits.
And actually, right, that brought the cost down, not up. So that was like 13 now. The other thing was I had used by default fast talk and intimidation, and I thought I would do the IQ roll for that. So I'm going to do that. First one is good. Second one is also good. So I will spend a point in fast talk and intimidation.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Any other business for Dean?
Nah.
All right. Rigel Kent, do you have any character business for Flynn?
I was going to say no, but then, Giger just pointed out about the untrained thing. And based off of my notes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 skills that I have used untrained. And I'm going to do 4 of the IQ tests because I have 4 points. So, stealth. Can I learn stealth? I can learn stealth.
Since stealth is a dex-based skill, would that not be a dex roll instead of an IQ?
No. It's specifically IQ to remember this skill.
Fair enough.
And either way, it would have still been good because look at that. That's by 6.
Okay, carry on.
The second one is fast talk. I'm not going to be the face man, but it might be a good idea for me to be able to BS. And that's by 4, so I can put a point in that. What's the next one that I wanted to actually do? Diagnosis and research, probably. Wow, look at that. By 9, critical success by 9 for diagnosis and success by 4 for research. So spending some points in those.
Okay, so that's your 4 rolls?
Yep.
So no other character business for Flynn?
Nope.
All right, and Pendragon, I'm assuming that we're good with your character as it is because it's brand new.
Yep, hopefully. I mean, I have a few. I had a discussion with Vagman, and I have a few things I could tweak, but well, nothing urgent.
As per normal, I allow 3 sessions for you to arbitrarily tweak your character. So if it turns out you don't have a skill and want that skill, so mid-session you can just change your character. But once you begin your 4th session, then your character is effectively locked in, and you'll have to progress through the standard, method, spending points and stuff on your skills.
Got it.
All right. So today we're going to do a flashback side. For some strange reason, you've just learnt these new skills, but because this is going to be a flashback episode, apparently you forgot them and then relearnt them.
Right. Assuming we actually use them.
Yeah. So this will be a flashback episode because FX Engineer is not with us today. And it will see you guys on in the system Torpal. I can bring up the map.
Torpal, that was not the next one.
No.
Torpal, yeah, okay, that was farther in.
It's over there.
Oh yeah, this was that Ice World.
Did you
Ice
share
it's-
that?
World.
I did now. It's not an ice world, it's a water world, but the main population centers exist on the polar caps, as there is no significant land. There is also stilt cities in the oceans, and also underwater settlements. In your case, you guys will start here.
Am I the only one that he's very robot-y for?
There's a little bit of distortion.
How about for you, Pendragon? Do I sound weird?
No, you sound just fine for me.
Well, he doesn't know what he normally sounds like.
Hopefully that's okay. Just move the microphone a little closer.
Carry on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm closing a bunch of stuff to see if maybe it's my computer that's being dumb.
Let me just listen to myself on the stream just to make sure it's not me.
Right now it sounds okay, but it was like when you were talking, it was, I was like, oh my God, what the hell is that?
Right. Okay. Yeah, it sounds. I think I'm fine on the stream. So anyway, we'll carry on. So you are on at the resort island in the tropical region of Torpal. It is a very small island called Isla Veris, and you're at the Isla Veris Resort. I shall share this image. Oops, not that one. That one?
Right. It is a small island.
As it happens, the Olympus is in orbit undergoing some maintenance. There was a need, or something broke, and the ship requires extra maintenance. Of course, Flynn at this point is not a member of the crew. Sam is a member of the crew, and Dean is also a member of the crew. So, Sam and Dean, you have been given some shore leave while these repairs take place. And
yes, Sam and Dean. They're
Yeah, that's gonna be
investigating some
weird.
ghosts.
So you've taken the opportunity to visit Isla Veris to get some downtime.
Awesome.
Now, Flynn, what is your reason for being on Isla Veris?
I don't know. I was here by the GM who dropped a surprise flashback on me.
Yeah. Suck it up. Think on your feet.
He's probably in the process of making his way to the nearest Imperial system that has a proper naval base to start reviewing and researching.
All right. So this is a a waypoint on your way to probably Fist or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking it's Fist, and it's probably not quite a first available that he keeps hopping on, but he's trying to see as many of these planets as he can.
And I guess you're waiting for availability of ships to catch a ride.
Yeah.
So you've taken it upon yourself to check out this place while you wait for the next suitable ship going in your direction.
And even though he's not here, it would also make perfect sense if FX's character reached out to him and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be passing through this area."
Yeah, that could work. So there could be multiple reasons why you're here. Since this is a tourist resort, any weapons and such that you have is checked in at reception and put into an armory, which is obviously secure. Otherwise, you would have left your stuff back on board the ship or wherever you want. So, Flynn, you're passing through, so you probably have all your kit with you, and you've just had to check it in while you're here at the resort.
Yeah.
As all weapons are not permitted on Isla Veris. And it is a luxurious resort. It's very chill. The environment is very relaxing. The climate is awesome. It is the island itself is kind of man-made. In one of the tropical shallows.
I'm finding a strange urge to take a proper or sailing ship and to go pirating in a Caribbean type environment.
Why resist?
I will also share this map. Here's a resort overview.
That is an oddly accurate map.
It is actually one of the island resorts in the Maldives. The name escapes me, but it was perfect for this occasion. So, if you need to see images and stuff of the various locations, you could probably Google it if you want to go that far, but it's not necessary. Since this is a one-shot, I want to try and keep this fast so that we can finish it in this session. As a result, I'm not going to use tactical maps. We're going to go theatre of the mind if there's any combats or
why would we
fights and
need
stuff like that.
tactical maps?
I don't know. You're on holidays. So we shall begin with all three of you currently... Oh, sorry, there is one more thing. You have another member of your crew with you. This person. Did that share?
That?
Mm-hmm.
So Tara, she is currently your on board the Olympus. She occupies Flynn's current position. So she's
second officer.
She's the second officer. She's your boss.
So what you're telling me is I'm going to have to shank her to death. Maybe drown her.
And take her position? Maybe.
And then you find out afterwards she was, this was her last stop and she was due to leave the company.
Right.
Too many images.
So, on this planet, and I am totally feeling wrong, like I should be doing work.
So at present, Dean and Sam, you are at the Lagoon Bar, which is number 12 on the island map. Oh, damn.
Right.
I can't draw arrows on the on these images.
Because you just made him as an asset. You haven't made it an actual image.
Yeah. So you're at the Lagoon Bar. You have not met Flynn at this point. Flynn, you are also at the Lagoon Bar.
This is a small place. I'm sure we bumped into each other.
You may have seen each other in the dining hall, but...
That guy looks seedy.
He does not look seedy.
The Lagoon
Bar... He does
Bar...
have a fearsome stare.
The Lagoon Bar is quite a relaxed place. It is actually on the... So the floor of the bar is the sand of the beach, and the bar is sort of built up out of the sand. So the tables and chairs and all that sit on the sand, but you are undercover, and you have it is an actual bar. It is, pretty much open on all sides. It just has this cover because Waterworld rains a lot. So They have nice resort music playing, and you're chilling. Tara Kellen is not with you at the moment. She told you that she wanted to go to the spa, and she'd catch up with you guys later at some point.
It's the last you're ever going to see of her.
Maybe.
Right. So since this is a resort, I'm going to say that all of the other tables are taken. So Flynn is going to have to approach Dean and Sam Snicker and ask if they mind if he joins them, since all the other seats are taken.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, I look suspiciously at Dean. If he's fine with the stranger sitting, then, well, I guess that's fine.
Well, Dean's the kind of guy that's cool with anybody. So that's
In
not a
any
very
case, I'm
good
too busy.
rubric.
In any case, I'm too busy drinking and eating. So, yep.
Feel free to make some introductions. Since you're sitting at the same table.
I should probably check that first. Yeah, so I managed to fight back his instinct of I want to be alone and not around people, which is good. That's why it's only at 17.
Hi, I'm
I
Dean.
don't want to be that guy.
This is Sam.
Hi.
Yes.
Been here long?
My name is Flynn. I am simply passing through.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if they got a boat rental around here somewhere. I want to take it out and go fishing. I don't know what they got around here, but I'm gonna catch it.
Let's see. 05 is a fisherman's bar. Wow, I don't actually see. That's a good point. There's a
Or maybe in the
dive
dive
center
center.
on 9.
Yeah, maybe in the dive center.
Yeah, they
Which
got
is
Water
boats
north of
around, I'm
sports.
sure,
England.
but they're probably not available for rent in a place this small.
I just want to know when
Water
the restaurant
wheels.
is open.
The restaurant is open pretty much all the
Oh,
time.
oh well, so I guess I'll be there in a bit.
So you guys are just casually chatting about whatever.
Yeah.
You've worked out that one of you seem to remember that in the resort brochure there was some mention of fishing, fishing guided tours, but you're not exactly sure where that.
We're going to call it up on the cool smart table in front of us, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you push the button and the brochure is on top of the table.
Yeah, see, they got the rental office is closed. It's on another island, though.
There is at the water sports you can hire little canoes and some fishing equipment to go out and fish off these canoes. But there is a guided tour that operates a daily excursion. It has unfortunately gone for today, so you might be able to get on board that one tomorrow. In any case, you are chatting away, casually talking about yourselves and what you're doing and so forth. And the calm of the place is interrupted by the loud roar of engines. And you look
Is
out.
the island about to take off?
Nope. The island does not take off, but a ship, a shuttle-sized transport, lands on the beach just out in front of the lagoon bar.
That seems out of the ordinary.
It does seem very out of the ordinary, and you have all the patrons here sort of looking and going, what the hell's going on? You also have
Flynn
some.
is totally gonna sigh.
You also have some staff that are looking out that way. This ship lands, but you also hear the roar of engines continue as another ship seems to sort of fly over the island and pass into the sort of further, probably the other side of the island.
Can we get a look at the other ship that's passing? Anything particular about the ship?
Yeah, you can have a look at the other ship. You sort of jump out of your chair and quickly have a look, and you see that the other ship flies overhead, and it lands on. It seems to land on the beach on the other side of the island, which you can't see it land, but because as it disappears below the trees, but you assume that it has landed on the other side of the island. The
Flynn is
ships
going to.
are of a similar design.
Okay.
I think Flynn is going to finish his, calmly finish his space rum and coke, and say, "Gentlemen, I do believe we are about to be robbed."
Yeah, that does look very unusual. But as long as I'm drinking, that's fine.
I don't care if you take my money; just leave my alcohol here.
Exactly. If you're going to
Yeah.
rob me, make sure I'm high as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think this Star Blaster is right. It's like 3 parts.
Your drinks are obviously really strong. You're seeing ships now. So the hatch on the ship will open, and you'll see a bunch of people charge out onto the beach, and you can see that they are armed. It is at this point that some of the patrons are going, "Oh shit," and they're getting up and they're running away.
What happens if we die here?
Then it was a dream.
A weird dream.
It was
right.
If you die here, then it was a dream in some random NPC on the ship. No, it's FX's dream.
Yeah, because if we die here, he dreams, "Oh man, that's what would have happened if I hadn't been there with you guys. But since I was there with you, we heroically beat off all the pirates." Wait, that came out wrong. We defeated the pirates. Is there any sort of security on the resort? I would presume so, because when you put sophons around, well, alcohol or whatever it is they consider alcohol, you're going to have some belligerents.
There definitely are security, but most of the staff here are, in their polo shirts and cargo shorts, fairly chilled. You don't see security, so the security are probably in the reception area.
And how are the pirates behaving? I mean, obviously they're robbing us, but like, are they being professional about it at least? well, they don't look very, congenial, but at least are they
Brine
behaving?
blade.
They do look like pirates.
Yep.
Okay. So they charge out onto the beach with weapons. You have people fleeing. What is it that you guys want to do? Are you taking the time to finish your drinks? Are you going to be cool? Are you going to be
sit here?
cowardly?
I don't think there's much that can be done right now, so I'll just continue drinking and watching as things
Mm-hmm.
unfold.
Yeah, just watching. I've got the sunglasses on with the HUD, so I'm scanning the news reports to see if there's any mention of intruders or anything. But otherwise, I'm going to sit here and drink and watch like it's a show.
Yep.
All right. So the first thing that you'll notice when you watch through your HUD is your Wi-Fi connection seems to be down.
They cut the connection.
Mm.
So fairly casually, you have these guys approach the bar. Most people have left. Some are just too terrified to leave. They're hiding under tables. The staff don't know what to do. You've got a waitress there holding a tray of drinks, and she's just standing there, in fear. The guy in the picture there that has the scarf on his head, so not the bald guy.
Mm-hmm.
He will fairly confidently walk into the area. You will see that others in their band of pirates are dispersing in the surrounding areas. There's like half a dozen that are sort of in this lagoon area. Others are starting to disperse to different parts of the island. Some going to the water villas and elsewhere.
Mm.
So the not bald guy, he will shout out, "Attention, all resort staff and guests! You are now under the authority of the Brine Blades. Cooperate and you will not be harmed. We are here for one reason only." And then you see he pauses and shrugs and goes, "Maybe two. There is a person among you, a traitor who calls herself Vayne. Hand her over, and this will all be over quickly." He will hold up like a hollow device and will show a large holographic image of what looks to be or has a striking resemblance to Tara Kellen.
Mm.
Yeah, it just occurs to me that both Dean and Sam have not code of honor, sense of duty to your crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I have no idea who that person is.
Just
In
out of
fact, I may
curiosity,
have not have met her.
how long do you know her?
For quite some time. So I think Dean's been on the ship for about 4 years.
Ish. Yeah. It's hard to say at this point, but probably 3 years at this point. So several runs.
So you've known Tara. She's been your boss for at least a year, maybe going on 2. I'm not sure how long Sam's been on the ship.
Maybe a couple of years.
So
So,
now
yeah.
he's the new guy.
So, in a similar sense, you've known Tara for a year going on 2.
Mhm. And nothing suspicious at all.
No. She seems
Okay.
quite competent.
It kind of looks like Top, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, surprising, isn't it?
So, the
I
guy
was just going to.
looks around. So, no one? No one's seen her?
I'm busy drinking. I'm getting myself busy drinking.
I'm watching their deployment, mostly from a tactical perspective.
They're not professionals in the way they handle themselves, but they're not, Gumbies. They've maybe
Right.
done a raid or 2.
But in terms of military discipline, it's probably kind of sloppy.
Yeah, very sloppy. Sam, can you give me a reaction roll? It'll be on the main tab of your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see there's a sub-tab called reaction,
Yep.
and you'll have dice there.
What'd you say the overall pirate numbers were? Ish.
At the moment, in the lagoon area, there's like half a dozen. You didn't get a good count, but there's probably, more than between maybe, a dozen to 2 dozen that offloaded from this transport.
And
But
there's the other
there's
one.
only half a dozen that have sort of stopped in the lagoon bar.
Right.
So you keep drinking, Sam. You continue to drink. This sort of attracts the attention of the guy that's been talking. He walks up to your table.
Hi, how are you?
He grabs Sam by the shoulder and spins Sam around to so that you're sort of facing him. You're still in your seat. He says, "What about you?"
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm just enjoying myself. Uh, I don't know. I'm on holidays, and I try to look as stupid as possible. I have honest face, so
Okay.
Oh, you have on its face. Nice.
yeah, that was very handy.
So in this case, no need for an acting role or anything like that, since you obviously do have some sort of idea. Well, like I said, there's a similarity between the image and Tara. But he sees your honest face and then looks to Dean and Flynn. And you? And he then, without giving you the opportunity to sort of answer, he shouts out, "Someone here must have seen her. We know that she is on this island. And if we have to, we will go through every single one of you until we find her."
So you expect to find her up my ass?
I laugh a little bit.
What's the second thing?
He shrugs and says, "Well, let's see. That watch of yours looks pretty expensive."
Who is he addressing that?
Let's say he's addressing Flynn, since you spoke.
I don't actually have a watch.
Well, you don't have a watch because
Not anymore.
It was stolen about a year ago.
It really isn't.
He will walk away from the table and walk to one of the waitresses. He will grab the drink off the tray and take a big swig. He says, You must know some faces around here. We know she's on the island. Have you seen her? And the waitress is just sort of panicked. She's struggling to keep cool. And she says, I don't know. I don't recognize the face.
Well, how do you know she's here? Have you checked the registration? The office is over there.
Oh. So.
Wise guy, eh?
The smartass thinks that he has a right to just talk to me, unaddressed. He walks back to you.
To be fair, you were asking questions.
Hey, I'm just trying to be helpful.
He walks back to your table and you can see there's... You almost feel that you're going to get popped in the mouth. And then he just looks at you, says, all right, I don't have time for this. He looks to his guys, gather them all up, assemble anyone that you find at the main building. We'll keep them all there. So now these armed guys will begin going table. All right, get moving, get up, and start pushing people around.
Do I have time to go into the bar and maybe grab a bottle?
The guy looks
Depends
at
on
you.
how sneaky you are.
The guy looks at you and he says, what do you think this is? We're not here to make you comfortable. Get up, start walking. Piss your pants if you have to.
Oh, I make a disappointed face and I follow.
In his defense, it's his first holdup.
As long as we're done by 1:30, I got a schedule to keep. Going fishing. You ever been fishing here?
Keep walking and you feel the nudge of a barrel, gun barrel in your back.
You are a very unpleasant person.
Going to the place you're going, can we see the other pirates and the other people, or like we are like a single group right now moving?
You can see the group that was at the lagoon is sort of like a single group. There's a bunch of other patrons with you, and you can see, looking through the trees and stuff like that, you can see other pirates moving, and someone will be hiding behind a bush, and a pirate will find them, and grab them and start ushering them in the direction. They're just basically rounding up people.
Well, I'm just looking, and I kind of suck at hand-to-hand stuff.
How are they armed? Are they carrying like knockoff brand Goss or something?
Yeah, nothing special. Some have prefer the use of a machete because it looks very intimidating. Big sharp blade. Some have rifles, some have pistols.
I guess cutlasses are actually a thing in Traveler.
Yeah, no lightsabers that look like lightsabers.
No, that's locked up in the bloody armory. stupid laws.
I see that we are close to the spa. Do we see them going around there?
Give me a perception roll.
Sorry?
Give me a perception roll.
Perception roll. Yeah, sure. Hold on. Perception. Yep, success by 4.
You can see that there are none right there at the moment, but there are, as people are sort of being rounded up, you can see that some of the villas and such are being searched one after the other. If there's anyone there, they're sort of being ushered out. They haven't got to the spa yet. You know for a fact that Tara said she was going to be at the spa and would catch up with you later.
Yep.
It won't be long before those that are going through villas and such will get to the spa.
Got them.
What is your general course of action? What is it that you want to try and do? Are you going to go along with it, or are you going to try and look for an opportunity to escape?
I mean, having the chance to slip away, that would be great, but I don't know how easy that would be.
Yeah, there's only so many places to go on this island. It's not very big. But
Plus, it depends on the number of people.
At the same time, there are probably a couple of hundred guests here, based on the general size, plus staff. There's way more people here than there are pirates, and it would be not too difficult to overpower them if they were brave enough to try it. I think if one of them makes a mistake and gets off by himself, I might actually try to take him.
From a tactical point of view, if you have tactics, you're welcome to make a roll.
Nope. I did earlier. I made it by 6. Do you want me to make another one?
Nope, that's fine. What was that roll for? What were you hoping?
I was mostly
to see if they're military.
Figure out, observe how competent they were. The best way to probably, identify their weak points, etc., etc.
Okay, so they are. They're not very organized. You know that. You can see that.
Right.
You also. Damn it! What was I going to tell you? I had something in mind.
We win.
Yeah, it was something like that. You see that the opportunity, while they're rounding up people, the opportunity to slip away and disappear and hide amongst the island is going to be relatively easy because you are, they're understaffed compared to what they're trying to control. So they're mainly using, intimidation and fear to control the situation. If they no longer had that element of fear and intimidation, they would quickly lose control of the whole situation, and it'll either turn into a slaughter where they're sort of falling back and trying to murder everyone, that sort of thing. So, yeah, you are able to easily see that fear and intimidation is their only draw card at this point.
Okay.
You might send the main guy a message I have a machine gun too, as as a threat. So
yeah, that's a good point. I guess we could theoretically break.
they haven't seemed to be too keen on killing people. Murder doesn't seem to be on the cards at the moment, but they're not being nice about getting people to move.
I'm thinking about circling back and getting on their ship.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I will get a perception roll from Dean then.
All right. I can do that. I has perception, and not enough of it apparently.
You could circle back.
Don't you got the glasses? Don't give you a +1 on the.
I'm thinking he probably doesn't have his computer on him.
You feel that you probably could circle back to the ship, but you can see that the ship is currently under guard, so it's not left vacant.
Okay, they do have a guy standing.
They've got a couple, and you can see there's one guy sort of unloading some container boxes. So obviously they do plan to do some looting while they're here.
Okay.
Right. Well, we need to break away, isolate, neutralize, and then you counter assault.
All right, new guy, you got a plan?
Give me a stealth roll.
Ooh, you would have to ask that.
This will represent how well you whisper to each other without them sort of noticing.
Of course.
By 0.
You're actually not super. Oh.
Oh wow.
Well, okay.
I have no stealth. I have to do it from the attributes.
I don't either. I had it by default.
All right, so the three of you seem to be able to maneuver in such a way and talk quiet enough that these guys, while they're preoccupied with other people, you're able to converse amongst yourself quietly.
Well, it seems they didn't reach the spy yet. So, as far as we know, they didn't find Tara. But I don't know how long that's going to be the case.
Should remind Flynn that Tara is unfamiliar to you. That name is unfamiliar to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea. I've never met her.
By
I
the
don't
way,
care
Tara's
about
the
her.
boss.
I just don't like the idea that that guy took my watch. I want to find him and throw him out of a spaceship. Suit optional.
Worse as well.
Yeah, so if Flynn sees an opportunity where they are not facing us, he is going to impulsively take it and urge us to like scatter into the to the tree line.
Okay.
Sort of, I figure like they're sitting there and like move, and it's like maybe 2 in the immediate vicinity, and they're like if they like both are facing away from us ever so briefly, he'll probably be like now move and sprint towards the nearest tree line.
Okay, so then since you're going to do this as a group, I'll do this as a group stealth roll. So whoever wants to be the group leader,
Son of a butt monkey.
I
That's going to
have
be
a question.
me with 10.
I have a question. I have luck. Can I use it on behalf of the group?
Yes, since it affects you,
Okay.
sure. This is a group roll.
Okay. So
So we've
let's see
got
if we
3
pass first.
PCs. We've got 3 PCs, 2 of which apparently don't have the skill. So that's
Nope.
-2.
Uh-huh.
That gives me an 8 stealth test. Ugh.
I will let you do
Well-
a complementary tactics roll to choose your moment.
By 2.
And I guess you could get an assist as well from anyone else that has tactics.
I'll try. I promise anything, but let's see. Nope.
All right. So that's going to be -2.
All right.
Drum roll, please. Stealth. Let's see if we're going to get into a fight. We're going to get into a fight, aren't we?
I'll use my luck. So roll twice and get the
Yep.
best result.
Let's see if I can do better. That one's slightly
Well, it's
better,
better.
but not good enough.
Next one will be.
Oh, it is better,
Ah!
but by 1.
Well, that
Oh.
is
Jeez.
that is resisted, so or a contest.
Okay, so I'm going to assess a -2 penalty on the part of the
It's
the
fine.
pirates
You're going to roll a
because
4. You're going to roll a 4, and they're going to open up on us, and it'll turn into a running fight
Uh-huh.
where we have no weapons.
Yeah, that went pretty quickly.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll want to make a note of the time there, Pendragon. So,
Yep.
because it's every hour.
Hourly.
So just put your local.
We generally put the time, into the chat and just say enter.
So put your
Okay,
local
so-
time. You're crazy.
I'm going to be done with this session. I'm going to go back to watching TV.
Well,
I like our odds here.
Why was it will? It should have been perception, shouldn't it?
oh,
It may be the
it
same.
should have been the same roll.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be.
All right, so these pirates are clearly distracted with the other patrons, and you take this opportunity to slip away. You hide behind a bunch of bushes, and they will walk past you, continuing to usher the
Space
rest.
palm trees.
They'll
We
continue
need
to usher
weapons.
the rest towards the main building.
Great.
Right. We need weapons.
I bet those guys at the ship aren't expecting anything.
Yep.
How
Sounds
many
like a good
people are at the ship?
You've seen 3. There's 2 that are sort of standing watch, and there's one that's sort of, taking out some crates for the loot that they hope to amass from raiding this place. And if you take the time to sort of watch
Advantage
over,
is-
if you take the time to watch over the next minutes, you will actually see one pirate with an armload of stuff sort of jog down to the beach and toss it into one of the crates, and then disappear again.
So he's mostly by himself.
This one is by himself. I will get a universe reaction roll from who wants to make it?
Make the noob do it.
Good.
Good. Awesome.
Okay. So this reaction roll was for the number of pirates that are heading towards the spa, which is called Havana Uma Spa. Or maybe it's Havana. I don't know.
Right.
Zoom.
Okay. So the other PCs have calling that out, and it's just like,
So
then yeah, maybe we can ambush anybody heading to the spa.
So with a good reaction, it seems like they are understaffed. You will outnumber the number of pirates that are going to the spa.
And since there's 3 of us, that means there's 1 or 2 going to the spa.
We'll let the
Let's
dice.
jump those guys.
We'll let the dice decide that. So we'll do a D3. So on a 1 to 3, it is 1. On a 4, 5, 6, it will be 2. Who wants to roll that one? First in, best dressed. If you want to just do a roll off that's not on a character sheet, you just pick up a dice from the desktop there and drag it into the chat.
Okay.
All right, so there's 2 guys that are heading to the spa.
All right.
That's what I would have done.
Well,
Slash
one could
die.
also do that.
Slash die 1d2. AKA have a quarter and flip it. Right, so we need to try to ambush those guys with their stuff.
Yeah, so
leave them tied up in the super hot spa so they sweat themselves to death.
I'm going to let your stealth roll ride. So you had an overall failure by 1, so we'll use that until such time as the situation changes.
Okay.
All right, well, I think Dean will say, I'll take the one on the right. And basically, he's going to get into a position where we're close enough, and he's going to charge out from behind and tackle him at the knees.
What is Sam's level of fighting? Hand to hand.
I was going to say that I'm basically a non-combatant. I am shit, absolute shit.
Because I have a brawling of 12 and a wrestling of 10, so I'm not exactly because I'm a naval former naval officer. I'm the guy who sits in the chair and says engage.
Right.
Maybe
sounds like you two need to gang up on the other guy.
Or I duel with someone with don't call it a lightsaber.
Maybe I can distract them. I'm maybe better distracting them than actually fighting. I don't know.
Well, I'll just go in and try to brawl. See what'll happen.
Cool.
So probably the same sort of thing that Dean is doing, except I don't know.
Less competently.
What's Dean's skill levels in fighting like that? Is he like 13, 14 or something like that?
12s.
Oh, okay. So, well, I got a brawling at 12, so at least I can fight.
Yeah. That's going to suck.
Go in, gonna try to punch him, and probably get shot for my for my efforts.
Yep.
So Flynn, you seem to be sort of trying to take control of the situation. Give me a leadership role.
Yeah, he's probably doing it without thinking. It's just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. You go in this way, you go in this way, and I'll do that. And he is, even with a crappy roll like that, with a 14, that's still by 3.
If either Dean or Sam want to resist that, you're welcome to make will rolls. Otherwise, you're happy to if you're happy to follow this dude, he seems to be taking
He's
control.
very decisive.
He
Yeah,
seems confident.
I did sort of mean to say earlier, he still has the unmistakable, probably bearing of the military. You know, like he's still at this point he's just been out for a while, so he still holds himself straight, and he has the fearsome stare perk.
Still have a military cut, or have you let that grow out?
Look at my hair. I've got a ponytail now. If you remember the story, he has been kind of in military prison for a while.
Okay. Well, I'll just sit back and yeah.
No, you need to rush in here and kick one of the dudes once we get them down.
No, don't worry.
Or augment the one that looks like they're getting their ass kicked harder.
Give me a tactics roll, Flynn. This is to see an opportunity.
Wow. By 7.
So you quickly evaluate the situation. The guys that were sort of ushering you have well and truly gone up ahead, and you've lost sight of them. You're fairly alone in the little area that you're at. You can see these guys heading towards the spa. Further in the distance, there's guys that are going through the villas that are at the two opposite, the north and south of the spa. So they're, unless they're really lucky to see you, they're probably not going to notice. They're too preoccupied clearing these buildings. The two that are heading to the spa, you feel that if you move quick, you'll be able to get behind the spa, and when they enter the spa, they'll have to sort of round the corner, and you should be able to go surprise, and that's your opportunity to jump them.
That's the plan. And if there's anything in the spa that we can grab, use as a weapon of some sort, like, a shovel, then I'm absolutely going to grab a shovel.
Yeah, more like a ladle, a bamboo ladle.
But you will have to move quickly to be able to beat them to the spa. Otherwise, they'll enter the spa and you will turn up afterwards.
Well, luckily for us, we don't have any damned equipment, so we're at no encumbrance.
So the way we'll resolve this is if you just move towards the spa, you can keep the fail by 1 on your stealth.
Yeah.
Or
otherwise, I'd have to make another roll.
Or you can choose to run, make another roll, which is then at minus your.
Yeah, we're going to keep the -1.
moving.
Because that would be -7 since moving is -5 and 2 untrained is -2. So good luck with that.
All right, so you play it safe. You don't.
Oh my God, that'd give me an effective skill of 3.
You play it safe and you curse under your breath that you're not going to be able to jump them as you hoped. They're going to be well and truly in the in the spa. And not that you really know, but they're going to find Tara in there.
Yeah, which she can help out if we're actually hitting them while they're in there.
True.
Move.
All right, so you fail by
position.
1.
Coach has got us doing wind sprints.
I'll just roll again.
Now I remember why I was saving those points, is because I wanted to improve my strength. Well, they're not going to be surprised.
No, they'll be in the spa, so they're not gonna notice. You're gonna arrive at the spa after they're inside, so they're not gonna hear you until you're sort of virtually right on them.
Gotcha.
All right, so you sneak up to the spa. The spa is a very tranquil place that you can hear the very soft music playing, and there's the aroma of incense and stuff that sort of fills the air around the spa. You will hear the voice of one of the pirates. God damn it, she's here! Captain's gonna be real impressed.
Time to hit him.
Yeah.
Time to come around the corner and do a flying tackle so I can push this guy's head into the spa and drown him.
All right, so let's have. We'll go on the combat tracker in order here. So, Flynn, you are first on the combat tracker. Give me a universe reaction roll. This will represent how well armed the guy you're attacking is.
Well, that figures. It's poor.
So he's not very well armed. He has a pistol.
That's better than mine. I was figuring it was going to go the other way. Wait, yeah, it's universe reaction. Shouldn't they be slightly better armed than normal?
Whose side are you on?
Yeah, okay. This is true. It's poor for you. So this guy has a rifle.
Yep. Right, so I think Flynn is going to be going first. So I am going to do a move and attack with a flying tackle, which I believe gives me a +4 to hit, and it does not do the cap.
All right, so they will have their backs turned to you, but they will hear you running in. It won't give them enough time to, do any react to it. So you'll be able to do your tackle before that. But they will be aware of the attack,
Right.
so they're going to be effectively a side hex.
So they got a freeze round or a do nothing round.
Yes.
Yeah, but ultimately, my my hopes is like he wants to come in there, he wants to hit the guy and take both of them to the ground into the water.
Let's see. Does Flynn have lecherous or anything like that?
No.
You will see Tara stand up from, or she's standing next to a massage bed in her bikini, and this is a reasonably attractive woman in front of you. Dean and Sam, you've not seen Tara in a bikini before. If any of you have lecherous, it certainly come into effect here.
Nope.
Ain't got time for that.
Yeah. I do appreciate that, but well, we have more pressing matters right now.
We're busy right now. We'll all
All
go
right,
later.
so Flynn, make your attack roll.
Flying tackle. Oh, margin crit.
Oh wow.
Well, that's how you want to do it.
All right, I'm going to say with the margin crit, he will go down however you want him to go down.
Face first into the water.
All right. That is what happens. I'll do a dex roll for him. Let me just put.
He's gonna have like a strength of 15 and just throw me all around.
Let me get them on the tracker.
You don't have him on the tracker already?
Are they visible there?
I see him on a tracker, yeah. Pirate 1 and 2, they're not even important enough to know their names.
That is their name. P1 and P2.
Their families were weird. So you'll need to click onto Flynn so I can actually advance.
So I'll make a dex roll for him to see if he loses grip on his rifle.
18.
He will.
That'll do.
Well,
His rifle goes splash into the spar.
Sam, dive for the rifle.
yeah.
These are Gauss weapons?
Yep.
That means they're really quiet.
They still make a
Doesn't it?
crack because they break the sound barrier. It'd kind of be like a suppressed rifle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sam, what are you doing?
Well,
Do you
I
know how
bet
to bring
Dean.
the combat tracker up, by the way?
Yep, I have the tracker up here. I just don't know what to do from there.
Well, you describe what you go to the combat tab of your character sheet. That's
Mhm.
probably where you want to be at this point, but it depends on what you
Yep.
want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I bet Dean has a better skill with rifles than me, so I think I'm just going to go for an all-out attack against the guy that dropped the rifle.
Ah. Well, yeah, I guess that's the time to do it.
There is
Yeah,
also
I
the
mean,
other pirate that's there as well.
oh fuck, that's
I got
true.
him.
You got it. Well, so I'm just going to, all-out attack that guy.
Yeah, I already called the other guy.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
so
to
you're all that.
going for the rifle actually makes sense.
Well, I don't have rifle, honestly. I have pistol only. That's the problem.
Well, you
So
can default from a rifle off of pistol. I think it's what
yeah,
is it 2
well,
or
it's
4?
I think it's
Not to
2.
mention, you
two.
just need to point a rifle at someone.
Yeah, well,
Not
I'll do
necessarily
that
need
then.
to use it.
I'll do that then. Well, oh, great. I'll jump for the rifle.
All right, so without hesitation, you will jump into the spar and start fishing around the bottom for that rifle.
Yep.
You can advance the tracker. You'll see there's a little green triangle at the bottom of the combat tracker. Just click that one.
Okay. All right. I see.
Okay,
All right.
Dean. I just margin critted my guy. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm
You're the
probably gonna
martial
flub
arts
this.
guy.
Okay. I am going for the legs, flying tackle, and I need that. All out strong.
If I'd thought about
So
it,
that's
because
that.
you could also telegraph since they're facing away from you. Go in some more.
I guess there's really
bonuses.
no good reason not to.
Their defense will be at -6. It'll be -4 for being stunned, and then -2 for being.
Oh, right. They are able to defend.
Yeah, -2 because it'll be effectively a side hex.
Yeah, then you can basically for telegraph you can shout sneak attack,
I am not going to do that.
but that's telegraphing it.
All right, here we go. That is not a critical success, but it is a success nonetheless.
Yeah, you also need to make a universe reaction roll to see how well this guy's armed, like I did.
Yes,
That's
please
true. We didn't do that, did we?
All right.
Wow, this guy's got like a butter knife.
He's got a machete.
That's not great, but still.
Yeah.
All right, so I have flying tackled him successfully in the legs.
So this is pirate number 2. You want to
Yeah.
target him, and
right.
Flynn, you want to target yours, just so I know who's
Gotcha.
got who.
Pen, you can control click the pirate that you want to target, and it will target him.
But only my turn. Oh no.
Oh, you can do it.
You can do it now.
You can do it now. But at the moment, you're not attacking anyone except a rifle.
Okay.
All that does is it tags it so that it shows you are targeting him.
I see.
Okay, so
Right.
he basically needs to crit this dodge. He does not.
Oof,
He
great.
does not. Good.
So
All right,
you will have him
damage.
tackled.
And I rolled shit. All right. Well, he is not moving.
I completely forgot to do damage, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to do all out strong too, because my strength is crap. I forgot to
Okay.
inflict damage. So
Looks like he's
I
doing
did
1d minus 3.
2 points to Pirate 1.
What did you say? 1d minus 3? Is that what you worked out?
Yeah.
I'll just do... Actually, what's his thrust?
Yeah, that's the way they do it in DFRPG is use thrust instead. Although, frankly, that's going to be better. It would have been better for me.
Would have been better for me too. It'd have been 1 point. I would have done 3 points of damage to him instead. Ow.
Oof.
So that will be...
Okay.
That will be for Flynn?
That's hit points.
Actually, no, because I already decided that he went down.
Yeah,
So
because he
that'll be
crit
for
him. Okay, so that means I exceeded his damage. Therefore, he
has to make a dex or fall down.
Dex roll or fall down.
He will succeed his dex, so he doesn't fall down, but he's certainly... Oh, actually, I wonder if that's at penalties due to him being stunned.
Yes, that would be if he's stunned.
So he falls down.
So he falls down, and you have him tackled.
So you can drown your guy in the spot too.
And if I had done one more point, I probably would have broken his knees.
And is this actual damage, or is it only damage for the purpose?
I think it is.
Okay, we'll take it as actual damage.
Which means I need to take some.
I'll do another dex roll to see if he holds on to his machete. In his case, he does hold on to his machete.
Stunned?
Sure. He does not hold on to his machete.
Aha!
So your boss is going to grab it and kill all of us with it because we've seen her in her bikini.
Also, she's apparently a pirate.
I was thinking, was it Sundere? She's like, oh, no, you don't. And then, starts decapitating people.
Okay, so this guy's going to be grappled. He will automatically come out of his stun round and will attempt to get Flynn off him.
I wish him to fail this. Now I have to resist that. Oh my god. Well, at least
you can substitute wrestling-based strength roll, I think.
Is it just wrestling? I can't use brawling for that?
No, you can't use
Not
brawling. It's wrestling.
Then it's
judo,
wrestling or
dex.
strength is going to be
strength,
yeah, it's wrestling is going to be the same as strength. So I might as well use wrestling in order to be able to advance it. Do I get any bonuses because I already grabbed him?
I think you get. He's on at. No, I think you get bonus +4 if you're doing it two hands.
Oh yeah, I didn't have anything in my hands. All right,
Right.
wrestle.
So he's breaking free.
He's
you actually
attempting
have
to.
Yep,
wrestling.
he's gonna probably break free because I rolled like
Break-
crap.
Break free by winning a quick contest of strength. Foe has +5 if he is grappling you with 2 hands.
Okay, so that would be tied.
One more.
And I think defender wins
Okay.
ties, right?
No. He said you have to win. Therefore, he did not win.
So the So it's not a quick contest. It's a
It
regular
is
contest.
a quick contest, but in this particular case, it specifies you have to win.
Right. Okay.
Also, so before we advance this, I want to bring up something really quickly. His face is completely submerged underwater,
which is quite warm, by the way.
which is also kind of quite warm. But I was just thinking,
Mhm.
Drowning, because I suspect when he gets hit,
Right.
as he's falling, he's going to be like you do if
Okay.
he's going to and then suddenly
He's got to make a swimming roll, and he doesn't get the entered intentionally bonus.
Okay.
And Ronnke's going to go swimming. Yeah, about that.
Health -4, 5, 4.
Yeah. Do any of us have swimming? I don't.
Yep.
Mm.
Health -4.
Wow.
He will fail his health -4, so he actually takes 1 fatigue as
He sucks in the hot water.
So in that case, he probably would have tried to break free, considering he's drowning at the moment.
Okay, and he rolls again in 5 seconds.
Is there anything that I can do to make him, force him to make another roll, sooner than that?
Hold him under.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
He'll just keep. It'll take a while to drown him, which isn't unrealistic. It takes 4 minutes.
That's not what Hollywood tells me. You can just hold the head down for like 5 seconds, and then they stop moving.
All right. So Pirate 2 is not going to attempt to break free. He's going to attempt to, because he's still on his. No, sorry, you did knock him down. No, he was on his feet.
Right.
No, he fell. He fell because remember he was stunned,
right, yeah.
and you determined. Oh yeah, he was stunned,
right.
so he did fall.
He's just going to try and pivot so that he's face to face with you. So contest of strength or wrestling.
Okay, so he's just breaking free.
No, he's not breaking free. He's just trying to change his posture.
Okay. So that I'm not at his back.
Yeah.
Got things here. Where did I put all my things? Judo. Contest. And apparently I need the number of hands thing on here. So here we go. That was +5. And roll.
Ooh,
Made by a lot.
wow.
All right. Given that you succeed by a huge amount, I'll give you the opportunity to pin him if you wish, or get him into some compromised position.
I will attempt to pin on my turn.
All right. So, in this struggle, you manage to, climb up on top of him. So you're sort of sitting on his back, in a good position to pin him next turn. I need to skip Sully.
I guess I am going to attempt a pin this round.
Okay.
since I did tackle him, I grappled him. Looks like I don't get any bonuses. The larger fighter gets +3. The fighter with the most free hands gets +3. So, it's a regular contest of strength. My strength kind of sucks. So I think I need to
You could
do
use extra effort.
the extra effort. Is that Mighty Blows? No.
Right.
Is it Mighty Blows?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
For
so
damage.
it's +2? Okay, so it's +2. So he has to make a strength test too. Strength check. Booyah! By 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, you will successfully pin him, which means he only gets an attempt to break free every 10 seconds. So after...
I think I'm going to drown this guy.
Oh well. Did I get the rifle?
give us a dex roll.
Okay.
Actually, no, the spa water would be clear. No need for that.
No.
You don't need to fumble
Okay.
around for it. You just pick up the rifle out of the water. So you can spend
Okay.
this turn to ready it.
Yep. Okay. I'll do that.
All right, advance your tracker.
Yep. Sorry.
All right. I got this guy by the legs from behind. I'm going to pretzel him now. Yes, so that was +3 for the having the most hands free. Actually, I don't have the most hands free.
Yeah, he dropped his machete.
Technically, he does. Okay.
I'm telling you, Tara's going to pick up that machete and stab him in the throat.
She may. Depends on how vindictive she is. I am probably not larger. Not significantly. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, nope, that's not me.
All right, here we go. I should have done a thing with that.
Wow.
Okay, this is a regular contest. If he fails, it's still on.
Yeah.
He does not. Which means... if you lose or tie, nothing happens. Okay, so I don't have him pinned. I'm still trying to pretzel him.
So yeah, this guy's pinned, so he can't do anything.
So you might want to add
I'll do a
add an
timer.
effect. Could you do an effect maybe?
Yeah.
Oof. And can you add another one? Drowning, duration 5.
Cool.
I think that's how you would do that because then he has to make another whatever. That's going to take forever though.
Right,
It'd take 50 rounds. That's actually pretty quick. Well, that's to get him unconscious anyway.
Oh, cool. My foe is pinned and helpless, and I must stay here to hold him down, but I can free one of my hands for other actions, like choking him.
Need to reach over and grab a hot rock.
Ooh,
All right, so
hot rock and hit him in the head with the rock.
this pirate is again going to try and rotate himself. Doesn't look like he's going to pull it off. Ding.
Well, it depends on how crappy I do.
I don't know. Giger's pulled out some fails. When he should have succeeded in the past.
He knows how to do that. I still got him
though. So while this is happening,
he
Tara
loses 1 fatigue suffocation if you completely lack air. It's the actions after a grapple. This is on page 436. Chokehold and holding your breath, for example. You lose 1 fatigue point per second.
Well, he wouldn't be completely out of air. So
okay,
well,
so
if he's
you're
actually
drowning
held under,
we'll say he'll be out of air. You know, he had taken a breath. So we'll say his health, after health turns, he's out of air because he didn't have time to actually take a breath or anything.
mm-hmm.
So he's just going with what he's got in his lungs. So Tara is standing there going, what the fuck? She's mostly keeping her cool. The other people that are in the spa, jumping out of the spas, jumping off massage beds, and they're fleeing the building. So there's a bit of chaos beginning to take place.
Stop moving, you idiots!
This guy fails to turn around again. Meaning it's back to Flynn. You're going to continue drowning him?
Yeah, and based off of the pin, I can free up a hand to do something else, like grab a rock, one of the hot rocks, and that's probably it this round. Because then I'm going to smack him in the skull with that rock.
All right, Sam, you have the rifle.
Okay. Can I, as a free action, try a leadership role to make people shut the fuck up and not leave like crazy?
You could do that, sure. Leadership,
Yeah.
or you could use any other influence skills like diplomacy. You could say, everyone, don't
Yeah, I'm
go,
just gonna
otherwise
say,
you're in trouble, or you could intimidate.
I'm just going for leadership. I'm going to go like, oi, everyone, shh, with a gun in my hand. Okay, so
Righto.
let's see how that goes. Nope, I am not a leader apparently. Okay, so I have the gun. Flynn's guy's pinned down. So can I just basically execute the guy?
You can. The gun will make some noise, you know that.
Yep, but well, that's we have to live with that, I guess. People are making a fuss anyway. So just execute the guy.
I guess you could execute the guy that's held under the water. That would muffle the sound of the shot.
Isn't this Flynn's? He's the one that's drowning, no?
Well, there's two guys,
Yeah,
right? There's one that's drowning.
I've thoroughly got my guy under control right now. So if he's worried about that, it might make more sense to target
Yeah,
Dean's.
the other one. Well, I'll do that. I'll just approach and shoot the guy in the head.
Okay. You will need to give me a default guns roll if you don't have rifle.
I have pistol with -2 then.
So, yep.
Don't hit me.
Well, I failed. But doesn't it count that I'm like basically shooting the person point blank?
Yeah, so there's a thing, and I don't think it was a thing in 3rd edition. If you put the gun in contact with the target, it's treated basically like a telegraphic attack. In which case, you get a +4 to hit, but they get a +2 to defend against it.
No, he can try to defend the bullet.
Right.
So if you actually walk up and put it to his head.
Yep.
at this point, you'll probably need a critical. And that could actually be a critical fail. Because... Yeah, he failed.
Yeah.
Do you have the damage for the weapon?
Is it 3D? I don't know.
No, it's a rifle.
Gauss rifle. I've got it. Wrong one. That's for hitting him with the butt.
It's a
It
Gauss
is
rifle,
60.
right?
I'll roll the damage for you.
Ah, okay, thanks.
Oof.
So that's the damage.
Ooh. Yeah.
Half that after armor.
You're doing this in the skull. That's just going to
Yep.
straight out kill him. Takes him to -6 times hit points. So, yeah, he's just dead. Execute.
Oof. I feel bad, but okay.
I just noticed the image change. Yeah,
Like
Dean has got like half a second to realize that the dude stopped. Well, he's not squirming anymore. He's twitching.
You probably get your nice tropical shirt, Hawaiian shirt, probably gets splattered with some brain matter.
And be like, oh man, you could have warned me.
I can leave it in the laundry, I guess.
I think some of that went in my mouth.
Just enjoy your holidays. For fuck's sake.
All right, so you're continuing to drown this guy. We will go out of combat, and what's the plan? Drown him?
I'm smacking him in the skull while pinning him with a rock.
All right, so you smack him in the skull. It takes a few times, but then he stops moving, and blood slowly begins to color the spa water crimson. Tara has the machete.
Clean up I'm gonna have to clean the blood off of me.
Tara has the machete by now. People have scattered. Some have obviously left this the spa building and sort of screaming. So you will realise that this is going to draw attention to what's going on.
Pirates are after you, ma'am.
She says, "What?"
Yeah. Apparently, after a pirate that looks exactly like you.
What was the name that they used when the person they were looking for?
It was a V word.
Vayne.
Vayne? Yeah, so we'll probably have to use that. I'm gonna have to grab one of the towels and wipe the blood off my face.
She is in the process of getting herself dressed. She throws on a t-shirt and some shorts.
Okay,
and then puts on her flip-flops, as I think you'll know them as flip-flops. We call them thongs.
Yep.
Right.
In the Army, we refer to them as shower shoes. I kept calling them flip-flops. But Dean is the guy who actually is good with rifles, right?
Yep, I was planning on
I guess so.
that. I
don't know how that happened.
I could use it, but I would be using it as basis of. Oh wow! It looks like it's 9. Is that right? Yeah. So it defaults to gyrock at -4. I clearly need to put a point into guns rifle.
Well, so I turn to Dean, give him the rifle, and say, "Well, you know how to use this better than I do.
Yeah, this is a knockoff. They have a problem with shorts. It's a good thing
So
you didn't get it wet.
Yeah.
Tara, she will say what's going on, just as you hear over a PA system of voice that sort of echoes over through the island. It says, "To Sarah Vayne, do you remember me? Do you remember the lives you sold, the crew you left to burn? Do you? And I've waited years to settle this. Run if you like, but we will find you. We always do." And you don't need body language to see that there is a reaction from Tara. She obviously recognizes this voice.
Friend of yours?
No. That guy is a nasty fella. Goes by
Well,
the name
good,
of
because
Vask. Or Vask.
I kind of want to throw him out of a spaceship. He stole my watch.
No, this is a different voice.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
probably the bald guy in the image.
Right.
I may want to throw him out of the spaceship too. Is Dean's image gone for anybody other than me?
Sorry?
No, I still see Dean's image.
Yeah.
I wonder why I didn't. I don't. That's weird.
Okay. Gonna be one of those days.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, Dean's gonna tell Tara, right? Apparently you're cooler than I thought.
Care to explain, Tara?
She says, "Oh, yeah, that's me, but that was a long time ago. In
We
another
ain't got
life."
time for this. Those people running out of here are gonna lead those fellows straight into this direction.
Yeah, we
need to
gotta
get
get
out.
out of here.
She
We're
will look
We're
to
gonna go steal their
Flynn.
shuttle.
She'll look to Flynn and then to Dean and Sam. "Who's this?"
Oh,
He's your replacement.
Flynn. He's this guy that we met.
He's gonna
Yeah,
be your
I'm-
Flynn's
replacement.
partner.
I'm a traveler who's sucked into this nonsense. I just wanted some space rum and coke.
Let's do a. Have you reconnected?
Yep.
All right. Let's do a contest of leaderships, please.
Yeah, that's a pretty crappy roll by 4.
Well, I'm not very good at it. Oh, wow.
Now, what is this? What is this contest?
Okay, so Tara is sort of taking charge. She's your boss, but there's this Flynn guy that seems to be wanting to
Right.
run the show.
All I said was we need to get the hell out of here.
She says, "I agree. What's going on out there? What's been happening?"
Pirates. Pirates are rounding up the locals. They're looking for you.
And she looks at the two corpses.
Well, not those two.
She says, "How many?"
Maybe a dozen or so.
Must have
She
patted
says-
those guys down to see if they had anything else that was remotely useful.
She says, "Is there a short guy amongst them? Black beard."
Where's the
I don't think
bandana?
I saw that.
Does he have like a usually wears something in his head, like to cover his baldness, maybe?
Yeah, he's normally got a bandana on.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that guy.
That's the
Very
one I
good.
want to throw out of the spaceship.
She says, "Damn it. I knew this day would come. It's too soon. We need to get out of here."
Okay.
Perhaps we could get to some communications equipment. Get a
Hey, there's
message
shuttles
out.
over there. And it's only got a couple of guys guarding it.
Does anyone have... actually, I think Sam has pacifism cannot harm innocence.
Yep, I cannot harm innocence.
So
Yeah,
that
also
also includes inaction. You can't allow innocence to be harmed.
Be harmed. Mm-hmm.
And
And
you
I'm also
have selfless
charitable
as well,
and
and you're
selfless.
charitable. So
Yeah.
you'll want to, instead of fleeing and saving your own asses, you, Sam, would at least want to try and help.
Yep.
I'm not sure what Dean and Flynn would be wanting
Flynn
to do.
doesn't give a damn about any of these people.
Yeah. Dean still wants to get the shuttle, but only because he can use it to take out the other one.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously cannot let these people here because, well, nothing good comes out of it. So maybe we could, I don't know, help Tara out and get rid of her fellow colleagues. What do you guys think?
She will say, "Your friend Flynn here, he's right. We need to get out of this building. Those people are going to draw attention here. We need to find somewhere else to hold up."
Those corpses aren't going to help either. Did you hear me, by the way, Brian? I was also wanting to quickly pat these guys down, see if they had anything else remotely useful.
Give me a universe reaction roll. You can do it twice for each body. All right, so one of them has something useful. Let me give you a one-time gizmo.
Oh, well.
Okay.
So what is it that you find that's useful on this guy's body?
Let's see. What would be the most useful here?
Maybe as a communicator?
That was my initial thinky thoughts, was like maybe a communicator. Does anybody else have any better ideas than that? Because at least with the communicator, we can hear their, what they're doing until they change.
Oh, you can do a lot of damage with that.
Yeah. They jump on there. And it's like, wait, I see her. She's on a boat.
She's getting on the shuttle.
She's getting onto the left shuttle. It's like, what? Or near the left shuttle, and then reorient everybody in that direction.
So what's your gizmo device?
Yeah, I think comm makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So he'll probably pull that and go, ooh, this could be very useful. Maybe we can redirect these guys to one of the shuttles and then seize the other. Did we notice that the shuttles looked armed?
They did not look like they had weapons.
That's
they look
too
like
bad.
they're transport shuttles.
That's just downright too bad. So I would very much like to jump onto a beam weapon and start, cutting pirates down with it.
Like you did last time?
That wasn't me.
And they weren't pirates.
That may have been Sam.
Retroactively.
Admittedly, it wasn't under my instruction, but that's not the point.
Well, technically, it wouldn't be retroactively. It might be future Sam.
Oh yeah, that's true.
True. So, with that in mind, one of these do need to be armed, so I can jump on it and cut a bunch of these guys down, and Sam will see it and remember it in the future and go, "That's a great idea. I'm going to do this against these pirates."
You remember that time on Isla Veris?
Wow, that's some deep inception there.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right, so Tara will go to the door of the spa. There's a bunch of people here that are going, "Oh, we don't know what to do." Obviously, there's people that are running away outside. She says it looks clear, but it's not going to be long.
Yep.
Well, I have to say that's the worst spa I've been on. You know, it's the first time I leave more stressed than I enter a spa.
Well, you know.
Well, at least you've possibly got a weapon. I've got a rock. It's a bloody rock, but I've got a rock.
I just want a drink.
So Tara's holding the machete, and
What does machete use?
I think it
Short
uses
sword?
short sword. She says, "This is a little too up close and personal for me. Anyone else want to hold this one?"
Well, I suspect nobody actually has short sword.
Jean
That is
has it, I
actually
think.
not true.
You're the martial arts guy,
Great,
right?
you've got all of the weapon stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
what if you guys actually can use a rifle, whereas using the short sword might be trickier?
Well, I would have a 9 in it,
I would have
which
an
is
11.
holy cow. Your dex must be really high.
You could be telegraphing your attacks, so you could even use a unknown weapon.
I'm just
relatively
desperately
well.
wishing I had my bloody force sword right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we need a plan of action here. So, are we going to do the ruse with the comms?
I think that makes the most sense.
And
Well,
then just observe and see what happens.
At the moment, the comms appear to be squelching and.
Jim, would I be able to have an idea where the security people, is based in this island? Like, where they keep their lockers, for example?
Probably.
You probably didn't bring anything that would have had to go into security, but Flynn, you would know since you were carrying your kit with you.
Yep.
You would know that at reception is where the security office is, and what is effectively the weapons locker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to have a main office, and it's going to be around there somewhere.
Yeah,
but the problem is like the stuff that's locked in there, we're not going to have access to it. If anything, the pirates are probably trying to get access to it as well. The crappy security guys weren't repulsing these dudes.
So over the loudspeaker, you'll hear the voice. "Tassara, I'm sure you don't want more blood on your hands. We will start executing these guests. Turn yourself in."
Okay, we definitely have to do something about that. Definitely.
Yeah,
And quick.
find this guy and snipe him in the head.
With a rock?
With the rifle.
So you will hear a voice. "You have 20 minutes. to make your way to reception. Turn yourself in, or the first person dies. And then we'll execute one for every minute you're late.
What are you going to do, Top?
No, I'm thinking we could get that shuttle and land the shuttle on the area up there. See how they like that.
She says, I can't let people be killed over me. If we don't have an idea real quick, I'm going to turn myself in.
Snatch the shuttle and crash it into the executive thing.
She'll say, is the shuttle guarded?
Just a couple of guys.
Got a rifle. Engage them from before they know we're there.
And the number of people between us and them?
Got a rifle and a machete. Then we'll have more rifles. Then Bob's your uncle.
All right. Let's do it. You'll see that she slips her watch onto her wrist and clicks a few buttons and sets a stopwatch.
Right. Also,
we have 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm gonna turn myself in.
I was going to also ask a question. I have electronic ops communications. Can I make a roll on that to determine where the jammer, the principal jammer is? Like if it's on Shuttle A or Shuttle B, in which case it's like we know to move against Shuttle A or Shuttle B.
But then I have a question. How long would that take us from the spa to the one that's on the other side of the island?
Yeah, that would take some time. It'll take some time if you're sneaking around, trying to avoid
Got a rifle
others.
now. So, start shooting some people and take their stuff, and then we're all armed and we're a little less concerned about running into some guys.
She says, we have 9 minutes. Let's go to the closer shuttle.
Yeah, the closest is going to be back towards the bar we just came from.
She says, at the lagoon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Less talking, more running.
She looks out again. She says, all right, looks clear enough. Let's move.
Sure, let's go.
Who wants to be the group stealth?
I'm the only one that can.
How's Tyrant stealth?
I'm the only one that can, that has it. Does she have it? Probably not. In which case, it's now -3.
Well, I could use luck again.
She does not have it, so you can certainly. Glenn looks like you're it, but you can certainly use luck again.
By 3.
Well, let's reroll this twice.
Booyah! Yes. Critical success by 3.
Wow.
Like
nice.
ninja.
All the world is blind to our passing.
So, until the situation changes, we'll let that roll stand.
We are bloody ninjas.
What time was your last luck?
44. Pass. Yep.
All right. So, you're good.
Yep.
All right. So you will start directing the group. What about other people that are in the spa?
Stay hidden. Lock the door. Cooperate with them. You didn't see nothing. We intimidated you into not doing anything.
And one of the people says, what about them? and looking at the corpses.
Well, they
What
were
about
pretty
them?
by.
lucky there.
They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, but if they find out, they're going to want to get revenge. They're going to think we did it.
Tell them we did it.
Yep.
Tell him she did it. And he's going to point to Tara. Anyway, we got to move.
Tara looks at her watch. She says,
Move.
she looks to the people and says, sorry, just hide. Hide if you must. But don't go out. They'll find you. And you start moving. You start heading towards the lagoon. You manage to avoid any sort of roving pirates, and you find yourself behind the lagoon bar building. The sides of the bar are sort of open on three sides, and then you've got the sort of back wall, which is the bar and the storage and stuff for the lagoon bar.
Damn it, I don't have any skills to make Molotov cocktails.
I imagine the where the shuttle landed on the map is probably about 50 yards from the lagoon bar.
Okay.
50 yards on open beach. So every now and then, as you're sort of watching, you'll see that the odd pirate sort of jogs down to the containers there and drops some loot in. And there's still the two that stand guard. You don't know where the third one is now.
How's the weapon distribution again?
I guess I still have the rifle.
I got
Okay.
a rock.
Yeah, I'll go to the bar, grab a bottle then.
You got the machete too, since it's 11 is better than 9.
True.
You could probably find a
Oh.
knife behind the bar
Yeah.
if you wanted to get something more suitable. But if you want to go brutal, you're welcome to use a bottle.
Whichever deals more damage. So I think a knife would be more elegant in this case.
All right, so there's the bar has a small kitchen area there, so you can grab a knife.
Great. So now I have a knife.
So at this point, the two people that are sort of standing guard, they've sort of sat down on the ramp. Their weapons are sort of not at the ready, and they're just talking to each other at the moment. The situation seems mostly under control.
All right. Dean is gonna basically crawl up under a bush nearby the bar and take aim.
Could I have made a minor tweak where it's like I grabbed the jacket of the dead guy that I killed, because I'm thinking about running towards the shuttle when Dean engages to make it look like I'm being shot at by him.
Let's do a tactics roll, and is it for every margin of success?
Really? I fail by 1. This sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I assist?
Now that you think about it, you're going, oh, damn it, I should have grabbed the guy's jacket.
Should have grabbed the guy's jacket.
That would have been great.
Oh well, I could still start running over there, and it's like, she's shooting at me, and you can engage them.
Tara will say, Dean, how confident are you on that shot?
Oh, that's an easy shot.
Right, let's make it happen.
She raises an eyebrow. She says, I didn't know you could shoot.
Yeah, I could shoot. I was in the Navy.
No time for this. Let's make it happen.
So you will see, you're just about to move, and you'll see a guy sort of run back to the ship. He will run up the ramp, and he disappears inside, and he'll sort of come out a few moments later. And the comm that you've got will burst to life, and you'll hear the voice. Captain, we have control of their comms. Radios are good now. You'll then hear the captain. He says, good. Does anyone have any eyes on Tess? And you'll hear a few negative.
Do they give any indication of where they're at?
Sure.
Can you share the island map again? Because remember, I had to log out and log back in, and so I lost the asset.
Oh.
And it's not in images.
Yeah, well, but
it should
in
be
assets.
in assets.
It should be assets under shared.
I didn't see it, but I will look again.
So if you go to assets, there's in the bottom left, there's a shared button.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right. So I think Flynn is impulsively going to grab the thing or the comm, and let's see where is that located at? Where's the spa? The spa is number 13, and you said the other shuttle landed like over there between 18 and 16.
Yep,
towards
on the opposite beach.
So that's going to be east. He is going to trigger it and say, I think I saw her heading. What is it? That's going to be east. Yeah, heading towards, heading east from the spa. And make it sound like he's in the process of breathing hard, like he's running.
All right. Do you have acting?
I do, actually.
I thought somebody did.
Success by 2.
So you said east from the spa.
Yeah, like she's heading, like she was running toward the other shuttle, not the one that we're about to engage. Because we're over near 12, right?
Yep.
Yes.
No, it's 13 to 12, right?
So there'll be a reply over the comms. Good. Someone in the area. Find her. Bring her to me. I want her alive so I can execute that bitch myself.
Well, that answers that question.
I'm gonna look at Tara and go, he seems a friendly sort.
Trust me, he's not.
Right.
And
so let's
she
do
says,
this.
and she says, if he aims to execute me, it's not going to be nice.
Well, then you should execute him right back.
She'll sort of tap Dean on the shoulder. When you're ready, take the shot.
I got this.
Yeah. Give me the go, and I will start running over there.
All right, so he is going to crawl out under the bush a little bit and set up aim. He's setting the rifle to low velocity.
All right.
What's
so
that do?
I think it's minus
it's
1
suppressed.
per dice.
It's half damage.
Half damage? Okay.
Why would you set it to low velocity?
No.
It's suppressed.
Okay. You're going to shoot him in the eye. Tell me you're going to shoot the guy in the eye, because that'd be
I'm not quite that good. But I'm going to give him plenty to think about. So what I want to do, how many are at the guard or are guarding the ramp right now? Is it 2?
There's 2 guarding the ramp. There's still obviously at least 1 inside. The guy that ran in, you assume he was the one that relayed the message, okay, it's good to turn off the jammer. He has run out and jogged off to go back to wherever he came from.
So Dean is going to target the guy readiest to return fire. He wants the one that he's not shooting right away to be the least ready. So farthest away from his weapon, etc.
All right.
And I think that's pretty much it. And
well, they both have. They're just sitting on the ramp. Their weapons are sort of slung, so neither of them have anything ready. You can take a shot at either.
Gotcha. All right, enough. Does this weapon have a scope?
Whatever it comes with, standard. So
I don't
I
think
don't
that's
think it has
standard.
a scope, but it'll have.
Okay.
It has +7 accuracy.
Good enough. Oh, is it not 8?
No,
I have it at 8. I wonder why that is. Mine was 8.
One moment. You want to take a couple of minute break. I've got a dog here that wants to go out. I just need to let him out.
Oh. You and your damn zoo.
Yeah. So we'll take a couple of minute break.
Roger, break.
Sure.
And pick it up after. We're back.
Right. Time to take the shot. So
you want Flynn to be running out to get their attention, right? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I think so. Remember, I failed the tactics check, so I probably think this is a great idea.
So how far do you want Flynn to get before you take the shot, or are you going to take the shot first?
I'm going to go ahead and take the shot.
And then I'm going to come running and, out of there, an area, looking back over my shoulder like I'm being shot at.
What would Flynn be wearing considering he's at a resort?
Well, he's a workaholic, so that was one of those where it's like, no, he's at a resort, but he's not going to be wearing like shorts and stuff like that. This was just a stopover, a layover for him, so he's probably wearing just regular looking clothes.
All right, so he's not in the resort spirit.
Right. No Hawaiian shirt for him. He's not that kind of fellow.
Okay.
All right. 5-round burst, vitals, low power. Coming up.
Oh, wait, before you do.
Damn it.
I'm going to put them on the tracker so you can target.
Oh.
I think about midway there, Flynn is going to realize this was a really dumb idea.
Yeah. Dean only has a 13 in rifle, and he doesn't have his targeting software on this thing. And
well, I would have a 9 if I tried to shoot that thing. I've only got a 13 normally in Gyrock.
Also, none of us is good with guns in general.
Well,
yeah, I mean, a 13 will get it done.
I just I got a 13 in that, and then I got a 13 in the Force Sword thing. But it's just like I don't have my stuff.
Yeah, same here, basically. Dean's a little better with a pistol. He's actually defaulting to the rifle.
All right, so you should see Pirate 1 and Pirate 2 on the tracker there.
Okay, I got one. All right, ready? Here we go.
Go for it.
That was a shitty roll.
I'm being shot at. Ah!
So 2 hits. Roll your damage, remember half damage.
Is that right?
Was it half damage?
Oh no, I'm looking at the recoil. I thought the recoil was better than that. Yeah, so I've got that set up here. I just so 2 hits, vitals, yeah. 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
That is garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it may not matter if he's not wearing armor.
Yeah, none of these guys. Well, most of these guys don't look like they're probably
It is a
wearing
vitals
armor.
hit, so it's going to be ×3 whatever it gets through. So first one will take him out.
Whoops.
Right.
Whoops. No, let's do that again. Just drag that damage back onto him. I forgot to do vitals.
Got to learn how to operate the machine. Wait, what?
Wow, applying to Dean, huh?
Apparently he had that return
Man.
missile spell.
Yes, he did. He went, no.
So which damage was that second one? 5. There we go.
Did you? Still says healthy. There we go.
All right, so that's a death roll. He doesn't straight up die.
Fuck.
This will be a -5 knockdown.
Yes.
You know, because what I was totally thinking is like if you have to, yeah, he's unconscious.
He is KO'd.
Yeah, it's like I was totally going to pull that thing from Silverado where I was going to rush over there and, jump beside him and be like looking around. It's like, they're shooting at us.
So the guy is talking, and then suddenly his mate will sort of get hit in the chest, and the dude sort of looks at him stunned. So it takes a moment for it to sort of register. And then the dude will slump and sort of roll down, just a couple of turns.
So that's plenty of time for Dean to go.
Yeah, to line up the
shifting
next one.
target, aim, fire, and it's like I may not even have burst out of the undergrowth before he managed to shoot the other guy.
So the guy
exactly
will sort of slump, and he'll roll down the ramp and come to a stop in the
like,
sand on the
Bob?
beach.
Bob, what's wrong? And then dook.
And the dude is like, it takes, like I said, a couple of turns, so you'll be able to get another single aimed shot before he sort of reacts.
Oh, that was better.
Wow.
Critical success, baby. So
To
you
the
need to roll that
vitals.
critical hit table.
Yeah.
Come on, we want the 18 where it does like
I know,
triple damage.
Sad face.
Still, if he's unaware of it, that's going to be 5 hits.
To the vitals.
To the vitals. I think you're going to blow his spine out.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Oh, that's going to hurt. 3, 4. That sucked.
You don't
5.
have the guy targeted, so
Damn it.
let me start dragging these damages onto him.
My bad.
I strongly suspect that 15 is going to take him out if the 11 didn't.
I surely hope so.
Not a good day to be a space pirate. Definitely.
Nope.
Well, so by my count, that means a third of them are gone now.
All right, I've only done 3 of them, and he's already at -8 times hit points. So
Yeah, it's good enough.
So I'm looking at the screen right now. Your screen, Brian. How do you apply? No, damn it.
Whoops. Okay.
I was going to say, how are you when you do that? How do you apply it as vitals?
Okay, so you're looking at the screen now?
I am, yes.
So you got hit location. So you just click
okay.
and
Cool,
change it to wherever it's hit.
And then it just automatically changes that 8 to 24.
Correct.
When it applies. That's okay. Cool.
Yeah, Pen, FYI, I made a ranged combat spreadsheet, so you can basically just checkbox down the mods and set up a mod thing or a mod command for Fantasy Grounds, so you can just paste it in.
All right, so whack thwack. This guy will just slump where he's standing. He'll just drop. Since it's subsonic, no one is going to have heard this at all. You know that you've got maybe a couple of minutes before a pirate's probably going to return bearing loot.
Hey, you want me to just hold here?
Tara, she'll go, damn, Dean, we need to have a talk.
Meanwhile, I'm like running over there because it's like ain't got time for talks.
Yeah, I'm also going there as well to see if we can find something better than a knife to use.
Tara will help Dean up to his feet, and then I guess you're all running over to the shuttle. You know that there's going to be at least one more dude on board.
Yeah,
but you'll get
fine.
to the ramp of the shuttle. You got two corpses there, both with rifles.
I'm gonna snatch up one of the rifles.
There you
go. Yep, so am I.
There you go. What?
More weapons.
Yep, because I'm gonna be going in there, and if I see the dude, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Do you want to do this stealthily, or are you just going to run in and shoot?
How long
we
do you have?
We don't have a whole lot of time.
Probably just walk right in. Like not.
I could even surrender depending on the situation.
Maybe. Yeah, just walk in. Don't yell sneak attack or anything. Just walk in like we belong there, and then hold them up.
Wait, I can't yell sneak attack?
It doesn't generally work.
No, I'm not gonna yell sneak attack.
All right, so you just walk in. It is a transport shuttle, so most of the interior is sort of cargo hold, and there's some chairs and such that sort of line the walls, kind of like a transport aircraft. So they're sort of fold down chairs. There is a cockpit area, and you will see a guy that sort of has his back turned to you. He's in the cockpit and he's just playing with some dials on the console there. Completely unaware.
This thing has dials?
Yeah, this is 70s. Yeah, the computers on this are as big as a car.
Right. Okay. So I think Flynn's probably going to be the first person in there. Yep. He is going to probably take a second to draw a bead. And then I strongly suspect he's going to whack this fellow. Damn it, where's it at? That's what I wanted. So yeah, so he's gonna, and then he's gonna try to angle away so it doesn't necessarily hit, or so it doesn't hit the. Damn it! No, I don't want to do that because. Hold
Yeah.
on. I need to check something. I have to see if he is going to do it without thinking. Oof, that was close. So what is the skill you use for butt stroke?
Staff.
I don't have that either.
Dex -5. You
I
can
don't wanna do
telegraph all
that.
out and all that.
Yeah, it's like, okay. So let's see. I gotta minimize that, add this.
If you want to sneak up on him so he gets no defense and stuff, then you will need to make a stealth roll.
All this
Because
sneaking.
of course. Well,
Do you have
time to fail a
intimidate?
stealth check. Holy cow, by
wow.
0.
Shooting him in the face is intimidating.
That's true.
This is where he totally kicks ass on the perception.
All right, so success by 5.
See, I told
You sort of get, we'll say, 5 yards from him, and he will look up from his console and he'll see you in.
And see the fact I'm pointing a Gauss rifle at him.
Do you wish to say anything?
You should stand up now.
He will throw his hands in the air and he will slowly stand up. And then you see his eyes will turn from you and then to Tara. Or to Sarah. Whichever name she goes by.
Don't care. Right, so gonna herd him back there. Oof. There's another thing I have to check. He's a lucky fellow.
Yep.
Right, so who's the flyer of the thing? We need to set this, you put this thing over there on that,
Oh, right.
the roof of that whatchamadoohickey.
Oh, yeah, Sam's pilot.
Yep, fine, they can do something. Well. Yep, so where are we going?
Gonna land on the, what was it, the executive building?
The reception?
Reception,
yeah.
So just
Then
do
we
that.
want to grab some people. Damn it. We want to grab some people and throw them out.
Tara says, we can't do that. If we engage them, there's innocent people that are going to get hurt. I don't want that to happen. She looks down at her watch. She says, we've got about 15 minutes before he starts executing, and I'm pretty sure he will.
So, new plan, new idea, new suggestion. We have the shuttle leave, and we transmit that you're on the shuttle, and they will pursue the shuttle.
Or she could actually be on the shuttle.
She says, she's nodding and goes, bit risky, it could work. Get the
It's
other shuttle.
possible.
Get the other shuttle to follow.
It's possible they'll stay and execute people, but it seems unlikely.
It's me
It
they're
wouldn't
after.
serve any purpose.
I think it could work.
Okay.
Perhaps we could get a call out to the authorities.
Go straight up.
Yeah, actually, need to look around and see if the jammer's here.
Electronics Ops Communications.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Actually, I think that might be Electronic Warfare. ECM.
I do not
Oh
have
no!
that.
Who has that?
Not me.
Oh wow.
Let's repair.
All right, so you're looking
Wow.
around the console of the shuttle. You're not familiar with this particular thing, but you go, okay, that looks like the comms unit, comms array, and you're able to sort of work it out.
All right, so if we switch that off, we can get out a call to the local authorities.
Well, you know that the jam has been switched off because the local comm started working.
Oh, I thought that was the Pirates comm.
Yeah, the Pirates comm started working.
Oh,
So if
they were
they
jamming
got
themselves.
if they got like a broad spectrum jam, it's going to jam everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
So they,
Okay,
from
well,
what
never
you
mind that
understand,
then.
they took control of the island's communications stuff.
Okay,
So
well,
then they could start
chances are the
communicating.
authorities are already aware that something's going on, but we can at least call it in. And it's up to Tara what she wants to do as far as flying off and trying to train them out, or
Look,
if she wants to land and do something.
I think it's risky, but it's me they want. If I leave, holding hostages on the island's not going to be much use to them. He might threaten to kill a few people to make me come back. That's the risk.
Well,
That's one of those where she's like, if she's on the comms and he's clearly in the shuttle and he's like, I will kill these people, and she just turns it off. Then he's like, crap.
well, I'll tell you what. I'm not super happy about the idea that they could end up killing somebody, so we'll head to the other side of the island to help while you do that. And maybe if they're starting to execute people, we can prevent that from happening.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, what's you said was this torpor? Does it have
Torpor?
like a high port or anything like that?
It does have a high port. That's where the Olympus is currently undergoing some repairs.
So do they? I'm presuming they have some sort of planetary defensive force.
Oh, surely. I
They
mean,
would have
something.
Then she would
the
probably, in that case, just probably take the shuttle straight up at full burn, and try to contact
Uh-huh.
them then.
the Torpal has a population of 60 million, so it's
Oh wow.
fairly big.
Wow.
Most of the population is centered around the polar caps as being the only real land. There is a high port. Tara says, I have an idea. Says Dean. The Olympus is in dock. Let's have someone bring down the bucket. It's armed.
Absolutely, laser guns.
That'll work.
It's armed. I'm going to try and convince Talus to chase us. I think he might be overconfident enough or impulsive enough to do it. If we can run, the bucket can intercept. At the same time, we'll make a call to the authorities, and hopefully the rest of them think it's going to be too much of a hard target to continue what they're doing, and they'll flee.
All right, you got your emergency comm. I can call the skipper.
She says, "Just hail him. Someone's going to be in on the bridge."
All right, I'll find a comm.
I'm like at the back, keeping an eye on our new friend and being prepared to shoot any dudes who come rushing up here with loot.
All right, so you can
Surely
give me.
they've got something back here to secure this guy.
Yeah, you can find some, straps or whatever.
Actually,
Or we could just
If-
lock him in a big enough locker.
If they've
I was
got
gonna say
lockers.
just leave the leave the ramp down and
Push him out.
go vertical.
No, it's like I hadn't thought about that. If they've got big ass lockers, we can just shove them in one and that's empty and lock it.
It'll fit.
Or you
You
can,
make it.
or you can take off and, start counting down and say, "Jump."
He's not the one I want to throw out.
The longer you wait, the higher we get.
Yeah, you got what you got.
Right.
All right,
Do
it. Give me that electronics op communications.
Do we need one?
No, actually, you probably won't. It's routine.
Call skipper. Emergency.
So you call through an emergency. You'll hear, "Dean, this is Thane. What's going on?"
Yeah, we got a situation down here on the Isla Veris Resort. Pirates have come here after the second officer, and she's going to distract them. But we need the bucket to come down here with the guns and pacify the situation.
Right. This is not a joke. You're not drunk.
It is not a joke. I am not drunk.
Damn it.
I was working on it.
Say, "Damn it. Stand by." At this time, who's going to fly the shuttle?
Well,
Sam.
yes, I'll do it.
All right, so Sam, can you give me a pilot roll to do your...
Which airspace?
Yes, aerospace.
Okay, come on.
By 7. Come on, man. He sits down there and he's not even looking at the controls as he's talking to us and turning stuff on.
I have to be good at something.
Yeah,
I
he's just
get
using
that.
sheer awesomeness for the shuttle to start up. It just starts by itself. It knows what to do.
Snaps his fingers and it starts up.
Like the Fonz.
I was thinking more like Doctor Who, but okay.
All right, so you start up the shuttle. At this point, engines will start making noise, and over the comm, you will hear, "Hey, I can hear one of you guys starting up. What's going on?" Tara's going to step forward. She'll say, "Talus?"
That's me. I'm stealing your shuttle.
"Talus? I think you recognize my voice." Tess here. I've got your shuttle. I'm leaving this island. So there's no need to stay here any longer. I should warn you, the authorities have been called, so you don't have long. I suggest you get your people, make away with what you managed to steal. I'm sure you stole plenty. And get out of here.
Also, you're down 5 guys.
Half of what they stole is on this boat.
My damn watch is going to be on.
Hey, is that your watch?
No. Because
Now
I
it
don't
is.
have a watch in the regular time period, so clearly I don't get it back. That was the start of my darkness, my run to darkness. Is a guy stole my watch.
You will hear a voice that is the first voice, or not the first voice, another voice, which Tara has identified as being Vask. He will say, Tess, you bitch, you're going to pay for this. And she replies,
Apparently she barks.
Well, she's
Cool, I didn't know she
really
was
angry.
a Varger.
She says, maybe so, but not today. I'm making for orbit. If you look to the west, you should see me waving. At which point the comm goes silent. There's no reply, and she'll say, Sam, take us up. At roughly around about this time, you'll hear the comm pipe up. Dean, Vayne here. Bucket's on its way.
We're outbound climbing out east, blah blah blah, coordinates.
He says,
expecting a tail.
What exactly do you want the bucket to do?
We're expecting a tail, so saddle up behind it if you might.
I should totally have Flynn say something like, is this person a moron? So, like, that starts why he doesn't like Flynn. What does he think we want him to do with the guns? Civilians.
Thane will say, don't cause an incident here. We're in space dock for another week or so. We don't want any unnecessary trouble. Understood?
Hey, this wasn't us, man.
We'll talk about it when you're back. I assume Kellen is with you? Or is she still down on the island?
She's here. You want to talk to her?
Other shuttles airborne.
She'll say,
Man, she is really good at,
barking?
cursing him out in Vargar.
She says, Thane, hopefully nothing starts. We're going to be running. And Thane will say, all right, I'll let the captain know.
Come on, the other shuttle needs to chase us.
I'll let the captain know. Are you going to be coming to the Olympus or elsewhere? She looks at Sam. She says, "What's close?"
Well, I guess you
And
could.
I guess you can do a electronics ops sensors.
Yep. Let's see. Success by 4.
Okay, give me a universe reaction roll. So you're punching up the sensors on the ship. Give me a universe reaction roll.
Well, bad.
Okay, so there's two primary places you go. There's an orbital defense platform, and there is also the high port. Which would you have? Which would you like to go to?
I think the defense platform might be the best option, I'd say.
All right, in that case, the defense platform is not nearby. It is the high port that is closest.
Figures.
Would the high port have defenses as well?
It will have some defenses.
Oh, we don't need many defenses. I think basically anything. So
Anything that
Yeah.
wants to go against a high port, especially these unarmed shuttles, would be suicide.
yep. So I'll go to the starport, and that's the closest one, the closest thing.
Yeah.
You'll hear, right. Make sure we don't get any heat off this. All right, Olympus out.
Okay, going there.
What a tool.
Tara will sort of turn to Flynn and say, "He's all right."
Was that mic open?
Sorry?
You hear, a voice over the comm.
Who the hell is that?
Who was that?
Oh.
And thus it starts.
Yep. I have to reach over and hit the end transmission button. You're supposed to hang up, dude.
All right, so how are we going for time? So you also notice on the sensors that the other shuttle is airborne a few minutes behind you.
Okay.
Please tell me they're chasing us.
They will lay chase. However,
Look around to see if there's any anti-vehicle weapons in this crate.
there are none.
That's too bad. Totally thinking like a stinger where we just open the hatch and shoot them from the stinger or from the back.
Alas.
We've got a little bit of time. We can do a shuttle chase.
Nice.
Let me bring up the chase map.
Well, I'm not going to have much to do in this one. I'm going to strap myself in and sip from this bottle of space rum that I pulled out of the crate of loot. Whoever this pirate was, he had really good taste because he got the high-end stuff.
Do you think we'll get a discount when this is over? Like, we kind of...
Probably not.
Come on.
Probably going to get barred from re-entry. Although I'm going to need to get my stuff back.
Ugh.
That totally needs to happen when we get to Torpal next time. He's not allowed on this island.
None of us are allowed on this island.
Still getting used to the new menus.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, you haven't seen this before.
Wow.
Ronnke made that one up.
So you're flying. No, that's not what I wanted. I think I have to hold shift.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think it was like that before. It's actually showing the shows the name on the token.
Token, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a little bit annoying. I can only drop one token on there.
Really?
Yeah, if I drag it from your actual image.
Oh, what are you trying to drag a duplicate of the same one?
The avatar, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Never mind. Not that there's much to do on here. I will use Dean as the secondary.
He's flying me.
So long range.
Yeah, I guess I need to revisit that. Oh, is that a green background? Is that what that is? Yeah.
Green background on
the token, because it's showing a square.
Right, it's because there's no grid on this map.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if I messed up the background on the token and it was showing a square on there for some reason.
No, this is just another token I had. Oh, and your token is green too. That's because of, no grid. Okay, so we will start at those distances.
Oh, Pen, if you aren't aware, Action 2 has the chase rules in it.
Action 2. Why is that?
Page 31, that's the action chase rules. So that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that 3 turns of chase will be sufficient for the bucket to rendezvous with you guys.
Gotcha.
At which point, if the other shuttle is not armed, it's probably going to want to turn tail.
Of course, that begs the question, what would they do if they caught us?
They'll probably try and, was it ram? Or is it force?
Well, I guess if they were going to execute
it's ram.
that makes sense.
What is the difference between ram and force? Force.
Remember now that you've
force
mentioned it.
causes a self-control, not a self-control, a control roll. Ram, you're actually doing damage. You're actually, ramming speed.
Right.
I think we have these rules, the actual chase rules, in the module.
Are they?
Should be in the
No,
campaign
just the
one, right?
just the
That would be in a
tables.
story. Yeah, we do have the tables.
Have the tables, but not the actual rules.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so the quarry chooses their maneuver. You are the quarry. Your maneuvers are they're available to you. Actually, we'll do the chase circumstances. Not that any of these really apply.
Yeah, it's really not gonna. It's not gonna amount to much. There's open sky and
if you're
open
going
sky.
into orbit, if you're trying to hide in ravines and stuff, sure. But in this case, we'll avoid the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and more than likely, you're not going to take any maneuver other than move, unless you have a brilliant idea.
Fly into a storm.
No, I think.
Yeah, I guess that could work.
Okay. In that case, I will add some chase circumstances where there could be storms appropriate.
Yep, we need to go into a hurricane.
And there you go.
Opportunity. So we will assume that there's
a storm.
Okay.
So if you want, you can try and lose him in the storm.
He doesn't want to lose them. He wants to make them hit the storm and throw them into the ground. Very, very roughly.
Well, that would be great. We could try that.
So that's a -3 on your stunt opportunity. So that's a -6 on your roll.
Okay.
Well, I think it's, yeah, -6 on your roll.
Let me just check one thing quickly. Yep, I could use my luck again. 1 minute passed.
Good timing.
Okay, so exactly, perfect timing. Let's do that.
Unfortunately for them, they have to do the same, and they don't have luck.
Yep. So it's like they may just hit the outside of it, and it shreds something, and then the bucket come in there and just go brap, and it crashes, and I watch my watch plunge into the ocean, or swept away by the storm.
All right, so into the storm it is.
All right, so these guys, they are the pursuer. They are forced to do the same maneuver, unless they want to get lost.
Oh, I remember one thing. I have Daredevil, so I think I get a +1 on those. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely get it here.
Yeah, this is one of those where that other pilot is like, "Sir, if we fly into that storm, we'll fly it apart. We'll fly apart." And he's like, "We'll fly her apart, man."
Okay. So there's no other actions. We need to resolve the stunt. So give me a pilot roll.
With -5, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Plus handling. What's the handling on the shuttle?
We won't worry. We won't worry about that for the purpose of this because they're in exactly the same.
So it'd be success by 2.
Yep.
Yeah, if you ever just wanna wing it, you can actually go into the modifier box and either type in a number or tick it down with the scroll wheel, and it'll apply that as a penalty or a bonus or whatever.
This is the round thing next to the skills, is it?
It's below the chat window, so there should be a modifier box down there.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
All right. So their pilot is going to be, let's see, a 10 plus a d6. 12.
Oof. So he's at a 6.
So that's a fail.
Fail by 5.
So he's going to suffer the effects of what a failed stunt is. I think that's a
wipe out.
They need to take emergency action.
Emergency action.
It's going to depend on what their ability rating is. A fail by 5 is probably higher than the stability rating, in which case it's going to go straight to a wipeout, I think.
Oh, wow.
This is true.
Holy crap, I remembered a thing.
Some days.
Some days, man.
Okay, so the next...
So it's like Sam skipped the leading edge of the storm, and they just smacked right into it.
All right, so the next thing is the actual chase roll. So this is a pilot roll. You can have complementary skill rolls with, say, sensors, navigating a storm. So
I've got sensors. If nobody else has it, I can jump on it.
Well, you were drinking rum.
That's true.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, go ahead.
I can co-pilot. Sensors.
Tara will look at Sam and she says, "That storm looks pretty rough. Are you sure about this?"
He goes, "Watch this.
We're about to find out."
It's okay. I'm a leaf on the wind.
Tara, you see Tara sort of strapping herself in. She says, "If we survive this, I'm going to kill you."
I'm gonna go. Hey, and offer her the some of the rum.
If we survive this, I want a raise.
Okay, so so you'll get a further +1 on the complementary skill roll from Dean. He points out some things in the storm,
and he's going to get the +3 on the chase roll for the stunt.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
They will. I think they also get the +3 because they attempted it.
Yep.
Yes.
But they no stunt. It specifically.
But they're going
states,
to wipe out. Well,
yeah.
okay.
Where's it? Failure sends you to wipeouts, while success gives you the bonus above. So they don't get the bonus apparently since they failed out.
Oh.
And wreck failure by more than SR on the above rolls. Critical failure on foot spells disaster. So what does that?
Okay, I thought you still got. Oh, it's.
That's not how it's phrased.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, carry on.
So, let's
we
see.
need
So
a
critical failure. So does not following a close call. Okay. So does if any of that happens, that pedestrian vehicle performs an instant stop and is out of the chase. Worse, the participant collides with something, taking thrust damage for his or its strength, adding speed bonus per die. So, what's the strength bonus on these things? And what's the move? Their example is a Humvee with a strength of 72, which is thrust 8D, and move 33, speed bonus +7, crashes, and it takes 8D plus 56, and those aboard lose 1D plus 7 hit points. Oh, yeah, anyone in a vehicle during a wreck suffers only 1D plus speed bonus as an injury.
In this case, they might not be like crashing into the ground, but they're going to have to be doing control rolls to avoid it. So we'll do the chase roll.
Okay.
So just a straight pilot +1.
+1. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Your Daredevil.
No, it's not +1, +3.
Oh, the
correct.
Daredevil.
And Daredevil as well.
And he got the stunt, and then Daredevil, and then the bonus.
5.
So it's going to be +5.
Oof,
so he's into the 20s. Yeah, see? He said, watch this.
So they had a skill of 12. So they will succeed by 4. So you succeed by 9. That will reduce
They're out of, according to the thing, they're out of the chase.
Well, they'll move to extreme just based off the roll, and then they'll have to do pilot rolls. So there's no point going any further. Sam, you take the shuttle through the the storm. You are buffeted about. The Tara will, sort of shout out as you're all being sort of knocked about. She says, "If it's this bad for us, I'd hate to see what it's like for them."
We cut to them going, "Ah!" as it's diving toward the ocean.
All right, so no need to continue this roll. They're out of the chase. They will lose sight of you, whether they crash or not.
Thunderbird cargo lighter. Move 3G. I don't want to try to figure out how fast that actually is.
So before long, the bucket will sidle up next to the shuttle. Who is going to be flying this shuttle? Who's named on our crew?
Oh. We got another crewman on there.
Does FX's character have fly? Because it'd be kind of amusing if he's
he might be OIC on that unless the XO takes it. But Halcor?
Which one?
Halcor. Bren Halcor. He's the other named deck crewman.
So Bren to crazy shuttle pilot. I assume that's you, Sam.
Yep.
If you don't mind, we'll take up a position to your starboard.
Proceed.
The sensors showed you had someone following you, but they've dropped off. What happened to them?
The ocean.
Yeah, I guess you lost them in the storm. I'm a bit disappointed, honestly.
Sam's like, they couldn't hang.
You couldn't handle the truth.
All right. Well, we'll follow you in. I think they're clearing a spot for you on the Olympus deck. You should be able to land there. By the way,
Roger.
whose shuttle is this?
Ours, no.
Well, it's a bit of a long story.
Someone left it?
More or less.
You could totally go. There was pirates. They weren't using it, so we kept it.
Legitimate salvage.
Yeah, that's booty. But yeah, it's a long story. Maybe you can discuss this over a very nice cocktail when you're done.
All right. Fly safe. Bucket out.
Roger.
I'm like, bucket? What the
Yeah.
hell is the bucket?
Oh, that's what we call the our RIV.
Ah.
All right. Since we are at time, this is the appropriate moment to leave this. You guys will eventually find yourself in orbit and approach to the high port. You are led to believe that authorities have been dispatched to Isla Veris. You don't know what happened to the other shuttle. You will dock. Vayne will be on the deck, or the hangar deck. He will say, "Tara, you're going to have to explain this."
Yeah, well, she has to. Lots to explain.
She says, happy to.
And you're fired.
Long story short, during the course of the Olympus repairs, Tara is going to hand in her resignation. She will tell you guys, Dean, Sam, you've been the best crewmates anyone could ask for, but these guys, they found me. I got to move on, otherwise the Olympus could be in trouble.
Hey, since you're leaving now, I can tell you that you look hot in the bikini.
She just shakes her head.
Been holding that one in. Sorry.
Oh well.
She will
I
look
hope
at
that.
you. She'll shake her head. She'll look at you and she'll sort of caress your cheek. She said, "How many years we known each other? You should have shot your shot."
Ooh,
Damn it!
ooh.
And with that, she will turn and leave through the umbilical that attaches the Olympus to the high port. Just before she sort of turns the corner, she will look back and give you a farewell nod and then disappears.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new second officer.
Yeah. Let's hope it's someone more responsible than
I
the
know,
last
right?
one.
No
Yeah.
more pirates.
Or I don't know, callous people in general.
Dull.
Somebody who holds the crew above others,
Yes. And above all, is the standard to which we compare ourselves to.
Exactly.
And didn't beat a man to death with a stick or with a rock in front of you within an hour after you met him.
Yeah, that would be. That's not happening. Never.
I'm not sure if during the following days you would have asked Tara what her story was.
Seemed pretty
Considering
obvious.
yeah, I mean, considering I'm in a similar predicament, I think I'll be very interested in how she got away from that.
All right, so
That's true.
she will explain. She said, "I was part of the Breen Blades. I handled their information, smuggling routes, blackmail material, but I couldn't keep doing it. I fed their routes to a rival syndicate. Ships burned, crews died, I disappeared. I changed my name. I built a new life with you." And she's referencing like Dean and Sam. And I've been on the run since.
I just sit quietly, very guilty, listening to that.
All right, so Flynn. Sure. You might subtly give her um, that recommendation.
Yep.
She'll take it on board. Any contact information or whatever.
Because I think it'd be funny.
Well, maybe she's a recurring NPC.
Yeah. Yep.
And when she meets up with Dean again, she'll say, "What was that you said about me being hot?" All right, so we'll leave it there. Everyone gets 2 points.
Mhm.
Roger 2.
Fortune would have it. Flynn will now find himself on the ship. Maybe he didn't actually join the crew at this point, but he became known and paths crossed again down the track.
And,
who knows?
Dean may have actually scared the living crap out of everybody by telling them how he saw Flynn beat a man to death with a rock. He was a pirate, but still.
Yeah, never get him close to a spa again. It doesn't end well.
He's very decisive.
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to totally have that rock in his cabin.
That's true.
Still with the bloodstains on it and bits of hair.
Abso-fracking-lutely. And it's like, I've sprayed a polymer on there to ensure that stuff doesn't go away. And it's just there for intimidation factor. Like, put it on my desk.
That should be a perk. That should be your
What
pet.
is that on that rock?
That is the bone and brains of the last man who I had to yell at.
So you used that for intimidation to
if
new
necessary.
recruits.
Actually, he probably doesn't call attention to it. I'm going to leave that to Dean. Dean's the gregarious storyteller guy.
yeah, that's true. He'll probably he'll have a different version of the story every person he tells.
And it's just getting scarier and scarier. It's like, yo, man, and then he just tackled this guy, even though he's wearing combat armor. He just grabbed this rock and beat him to death with the rock. I couldn't do anything. I was so scared.
Flynn becomes Baba Yaga.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for the game.
Everyone gets 2 points.
Oh, right. Yeah. You have to do the outro.
Do we have any character business that you want to take care of before we wrap it up? Otherwise, we will sign off.
Well, we had a whole bunch of default stealth rolls. Should probably actually put points in that.
Consider that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to put a point in stealth as well to increase it to 11.
And Sam, you've got a number of other sessions to tweak your character.
Yeah, you need a point in dance, Sam.
Most definitely. That's definitely going to be something I'll invest in. I feel naked without my dancing.
Did you see, Ronnke, in the Discord, I posted the proper picture for Sam.
That's
real
my
image.
Yeah. That's definitely my avatar. Best character ever.
Yep. Okay. We'll use that one.
All right.
All right. If you are watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye-bye.
Off you go.